Welcome all the viewers. In today's session, we will be seeing analysis of axis symmetric object. As you can see on the screen, there is one pressure vessel which is symmetric about the axis. So we'll solve this problem using the idea behind this is analysis of half the part of the pressure vessel done, and the same will be reflected on the other half. So what we need to do is we need to only do the analysis of half the part of given object. So that is the axis symmetric object. So in this way we can easily come to the conclusion of the analysis of the entire object given to us if the object is axis symmetric. So now in the given question, as you can see, there is a pressure vessel with having inside radius 100 and outside radius 120 mm, and the length of that is 500 mm, and thickness of all the sides are 20 mm. So what we have done is we have separated half the part of the vessel through the axis where it is symmetrical to that axis. So if you can see the material property is given as 207 GPa, that is the Young's modulus, and the pressure inside the vessel is said to be 10 kilonewton per meter square. Right. So what if we need to analyze this? What we need to do is we need to find the points of the coordinate so that we can make this in your ANSYS, which will be reflected which will be directly reflected on the ANSYS screen if we plot this point, and then we will apply the boundary conditions and the loads which is available given in the question, and then we can analyze the problem using ANSYS APDL. So this we have separated from here, and this we have taken as the starting point. So we have three rectangles. We have divided the entire problem into three rectangles. One rectangle is ABCD, the other is ECFG, and the next one is HFIJ. So based on that, we have also taken the coordinates so that we can give the values into the ANSYS about these points. So ABCD, for ABCD, point A is 0 0, point B is again 0 0. These are your reference point where it is starting, right? Reference point is 0 0, and the width and the height. This is the width and this is the height. So if you can see, the width is 0.12 and the height is 0.02. So that means this point you have to take. Sorry, there is one command in ANSYS that is making of a rectangle or square using two points, two corner points. So this is one corner point, this is one corner point. Similarly, this is one corner point for the other rectangle, and this is one corner point for the other rectangle, and for this is one corner point and this is one corner point. So we have taken noted all these values over here so that we can easily plot this in ANSYS, and then we can analyze it. So we going to the ANSYS, we will set the directory which is we have set as desktop experiment number 7, and the name analysis of axis symmetric element. We will run the ANSYS APDL. This will take us to the ANSYS APDL screen. That is the interface of ANSYS APDL. So this is the interface of ANSYS APDL. Now starting with the first command, that is your preferences. Going to the preferences, you have to select which type of analysis we are doing. So we are doing structure analysis, so I have selected structural. Going to the pre-processor, you have to select the element. So we'll select one element, add a element. We will be selecting a solid element, as it is a solid element with 8 nodes we are selecting. Okay, we want only one element, so we won't click on add again, we will click on close. So this is the one element which we have selected. Now since we have not selected the link element and we don't have the area, we won't go into real constant. We'll go into the material properties that is given to us. So material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, isotropic. And the value of material was given to us as 207 Newton per meter square, that is e raised to 9. 207 MPa was given, we have converted into Newton per meter, and this is your bulk modulus. So only one material property is given, so we'll close this window. Only one material properties we have inputted. We are not going into section because we have not selected the beam element. We'll go into the modeling. Now usually we used to model using the nodes. Now we will be modeling using the area for a rectangle by two corners, as we have the corner points. So if we go and see in the question, this is the first rectangle, that is 0 0 0.12 0.02. All these values are in meters, right? 0 0 0.12, that is the width, and 0.02, that is the height. If you want to cross verify, you can see from here 0.02 width and height. So press on OK, you'll get one rectangle. Since we want we want two more rectangles, we go on the same command and we'll see what are the coordinates over here. That is 0.10, 0.02, 0.02, 0.46, 0.10, then 0.02, then 0.02, and 0.46. These are the values. If you want to make more rectangles, you can press on apply. So the screen won't go and your answer will be over here. Again, we want the third rectangle, that is having the value 0, 0.48, 0.12, 0.02. 4812, 0.02. This is 0, this is 0.48, 0.12, and 0.02. Just cross verifying. Here are your values 0.12, 0.00, and you press on apply and then press on OK. This is the object what we have drawn by using the areas. This is the first time we are using this area concept. Also, otherwise we used to draw using these nodes. So once the area is done, but these areas are different area. What we need to do is, we need to combine this area. So we will go into operate and go to boolean and add the areas. So areas. So this screen will come. This screen you have to pick up. See, pick all means everything will be added. Now see, the lines over here have disappeared, so that means this area has become one area. Why we did so? Because we need to mesh the element, and if in between there are edges, if there are edges, then meshing is not done properly, and meshing on a single object is done in a very good manner. So we have added all the areas. As such, if you can see in the question, this is a single area only, right? So we have added the area. Now what we need to do is we need to go into the mesh. Now the area is created. Go into the mesh. Going into the mesh, you have to set, based on which you have to do your mesh analysis. We will set as area. On basis of area, we will be doing the mesh, and this is the area. This element type, any one element type you can. For now, we'll be taking 0.002. These are the elements. Now mesh tool is done, or you can even mesh from this. Select the area which we want to mesh and press on OK. So the color of this will change after meshing. See, meshing is done. If you can see, this is the meshing, that is not what we have done. It is entirely based on direct meshing from the software itself. Okay. So we have increased the value. One second. We have reduced the size. We close this window. So this is our object. Now meshing is done. After meshing, what we need to do is we need to apply the load. Just go into the analysis tab and see which type of analysis this where we are doing static analysis. So it is okay. So now going to define load. In define load, we need to apply structural loads, that is the displacement. The displacement where we are applying is symmetrical BC, right? This is symmetrical object. So on lines we will be applying the displacement, this one line and this one line. So we have selected where we will be applying the displacement. Now how much displacement is there? So on this node, we will fix how much displacement is there. So how much in y direction it is not displacing. In x direction it can move, right? So in y direction it is not displaced, so it is fixed in y direction. So displacement we have applied. Now forces are there, pressure is there. Pressure is again on the line. Inside the pressure is there. Inside the pressure vessel there is pressure. So inside on this boundary there are pressure. So it less on okay. The value of pressure is given to us as 10 kilonewton per meter square. So we have written 10,000 Newton per meter square. Press on okay. These are the forces or the pressure shown by the software which we have applied over there. So now the loads are applied, the meshing is done. We'll go into the solution, solve current ls. We'll get one command, begin the solution. If everything is correct, you'll get another command that the solution is done. If something is wrong, this command won't appear. So now your solution is done. Now to get the values or the answers of the solution, you can go into the general post processor and plot result, list result. These are the two commands which we can use to get our solution. So we will first plot the results, go into the deform shape, deform undeformed shape, plot result, deform shape. We can have deform shape only, we can have deform plus undeform, we can have deform plus undeformed edges. So anyone we can take. So this is before deformation, the white one, and the meshing one with which is deformed, right? This is undeformed. What we can do is to get the print of this, we can go to the style, we can change the background color so as to print this as a result. And then if you want to save your results, we can go into capture image and save this result. Go to the file, save as deform undeformed shape, right? Deformed undeformed, right? So just select the proper folder where you have save your directory, where you have set your directory, so that the answers will be available there only. So we'll save this. So answer, now my answer is available in my folder. Now again, if you want any more results, like you can go into the control plot nodal solution, you can go into degree of freedom, you can take the displacement vectors. These are the answers for displacement. Again, you can go into your capture image, go into file, save your file as displacement, displacement of axisymmetric element. Save in that folder only, save it. So this is saved. Right, now again, if you want any more nodal solution, like if you want stresses, you can go into first principle stress, press on okay. These are the stresses what you are getting. You can again go into plot control, capture image, and save your file as first principle stress. So this is a easy task. This easily you can do. Anything whichever is asked in the question can be easily saved, and then it can be printed. And else, if this is an online exam, you can easily produce this via mail or any different modes. If you want any more stresses like the second stress, third stress, the same procedure you can follow, and you can get all that. Now if you want the list of result, these are the plot result. If you want the list of result, you can go into list result, nodal solution, degrees, displacement vector. This will give you the list, how much displacement is happening on how many nodes. So if you can see, because of the meshing, how many nodes are created. Just see, there are n number of nodes created on the object, and on each node the displacement and different values can be seen. Same way you can save as this as your displacement values, right? In the same folder you can save that, right? Any more solution like if you want principal stresses, first principal stress value of that, you can take it from here, and similar way you can save it. If you want your reaction solutions, if you want your reaction solutions, you can take it from here. List result have n number of list, right? Element table, sorry, list result have this reaction solutions, nodal solutions, reaction in x direction, y direction, z direction, all structural forces you can click, you'll get all x, y, z, everything you will get. So again, you can save it as a reaction solution. Now the finally everything is done. What we can do is we can see the animation of this. You go into plot controls, animate your object, animate deformed results, and deform in your direction of displacement. So this way your deformation of the axis symmetric element can be seen, how it was in the original position, and because of application of pressure up to its maximum extent, how it is being stressed can be easily seen in this. So this is all about your analysis of a axis symmetric object.